Hello my friends, this is Lindsay from windingroadcrochet.com, and today I'm going to be showing you how to crochet corner to corner, but today I'm showing you how to add a border around the edge because I really think it just cleans everything up, makes it look really nice, as well as it makes it really easy. Then after adding just a regular single crochet border to the edge, you could then do something more fancy and decorative. So here is the sample that I finished up in our how to increase and how to decrease videos that I've already done. And if you look around the edge, it's a little wonky. And to make this look better, we are going to go ahead and add a border. Now you can add a border in the same color like I did here, and it makes it look really clean and nice. Or you can add a contrasting color border like I did on this pink here. And if you follow the technique I'm going to show you for crocheting into the edge, I think you'll have a really nice looking edge regardless of the color you choose. What makes working a border onto a corner to corner crochet project a little tricky is that we're actually working into a lot of different areas of the stitches. We're going to work into the top and the side of our double crochets. We're going to work into our turning chains, and we're going to work on the opposite side of our, what I call our foundation chains, the chains that we actually worked a stitch into. So here you can see that I have planned out how many single crochet I'm going to work into each section. On the left, you can see that into the top and the bottom of double crochet, so the top of a double crochet and in the opposite side of that foundation chain, we are going to be working 3 single crochets, so 1 single crochet into either each chain or each stitch. On the left hand side, what you'll see is when we work into the turning chain, the chain that's on the side of the stitches, and into the side of the double crochets, we are only going to work 2 single crochet. And I found this works really well. It's not too loose, it won't ruffle the edges on you, it won't pull the edges too tight. That ratio seems to work very well, so let's go ahead and give this a try. So we'll go ahead and take a contrasting color or the same color, whichever you prefer, and we're just going to slip stitch it to any stitch along the edge. You can do it in a corner like I'm doing it, or you can do it in the middle. It's whatever you prefer. So just yarn over and pull up a loop. I have no knot yet. I'm going to yarn over and pull through. That's going to slip stitch my yarn onto my project. I will chain up 1, and then I'm going to work into the exact same stitch. Now if you see here, the first one we're working with is the top of the double crochet, so I'm going to work 1 stitch, 1 single crochet into the top of all of these double crochets. So that will be 3 single crochets, 1 into the top of every double crochet. And then when we move on to the next stitch, this is actually a turning chain, I believe. It's kind of hard to tell. But since it's a turning chain, we're going to work around the turning chain, and we'll work 2 single crochet around the turning chain. Now, once again, we're working with the top of double crochets, and this will alternate until you reach the end of the row. We just have a short row here. So I'll go ahead and work 1 single crochet into the top of the double crochets, and you can see here I'm actually working through the slip stitch that we use to decrease. Alright, and once again we reach the next one. It's a turning chain, so we're going to work 2 single crochets in and around that turning chain. Now that we've reached a corner, we want to make sure we give it a little extra room, so we're going to chain 1 along that corner and then take a quick look at our next side to see how we're going to be stitching. So now we're at the bottom of the double crochets, working on the opposite side of those foundation chains. So we'll work 1 single crochet into each of the foundation chains, and then 2 single crochets into the side of the double crochet when we reach that. So working into the opposite side of those foundation chains, going to single crochet in each. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're at the side of a double crochet, and the way I do it is I insert my hook into this exact same spot that you would insert your hook if you were doing a stitch at the top of the double crochet. So I'm inserting my hook there. And then if you look at the bottom of the double crochet, there are two, what right now are horizontal pieces of yarn that are the bottom of that stitch. I actually work in between those two stitches. I just think it looks a little bit better. So I have two pieces of yarn over my hook when I am inserting my hook in, and I'll finish that single crochet. Once again, we'll have this here. You'll look and see that one of these stitches are just a hair longer than the other, and that's okay. I don't really think it shows up too much when you're completely done. And of course, if you're using the exact same color, you really can't see it at all. So now we're back to the bottom of the double crochet stitches, working into the opposite side of that chain. We'll work 3 single crochets, one in each of the opposite side of the chain. And then back to the side of the double crochet. Working into the side, we're going to go through the center of that stitch. And then through the center of the bottom of that stitch as well. You can also just work around that double crochet. That is an option. I just like to do it this way. So now we're back at a corner, and we're going to chain 1. And so now you've already seen the 2 sides that we work with. So now I look at the second side, and once again we're working into the bottom of the double crochets and the side of the double crochets down this side. So working 1 single crochet into the bottom of each double crochet, working 2 single crochet into the sides of the double crochet, working 1 single crochet into the bottom of each of the double crochet into the opposite side of the chain, and then 2 single crochet into the side of a double crochet. We're at our last corner, so we will chain 1 once again. And then now we're back to working into the tops of the double crochets, and then we'll also be working into this turning chain here. So if you do it this way, for every 2 squares you have on one side, you will have a total of 5 single crochets. And you can use that, especially if you have an even number of squares on each side. That's a really easy way to figure out what kind of border you can do around these single crochets. So again, this is a turning chain. We're working 2 single crochet. Get my hook back in on my yarn. Work 2 single crochet around that turning chain. And then we'll work 1 single crochet into the top of the double crochets. So that will be 3 for this section, for this square. And then we'll work 2 more single crochets around the turning chain. And then because this is where I started, I'm going to chain 1 for that corner, and then slip stitch to my first stitch. And there you have it, a nice little border around our corner to corner project. And of course this is a very small project, but this method will work on anything as large as a blanket or any kind of project you're looking for. And I really think it gives a really nice clean edge to your project. I hope you liked the video tutorial. If you like how I do my video tutorials, it would be really great if you would subscribe and press the like button below. You can also give me a comment below, tell me what you think. I have a lot of corner to corner crochet projects on my blog, and I would love it for you to check them out.